Sorry to have you stare at a wall again, but the microphone on my laptop is on the corner, and so if I face it any other direction, you'll hear me even less than you can hear me now. I don't remember if I mentioned in the last video that we had a beach party on Wednesday night. I recorded the video on Wednesday, but I don't know if I got all the way up to we went to the beach and had a party part. So we went to the beach and had a party. Um, with my in my class, there's like the same 30 or 40 people who go to all the events, whether it be beach parties or club events or community service. There's this same group of people that always show up. And so on the beach party, even though it's our graduation week, even though this is basically like the last time we're all going to see each other, it was still just those same 40 some people that showed up, and that was it. Kind of sad, but also at the same time, par for the course. So we had the beach party. Now, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we were going to be at school from 8 to 5, and the 8 hours that, excluding the lunch portion of each day, was going to be the NAPLEX review with the Kaplan people. So it was 8 hours of pharmacy review every day, and then that was the whole day for those 3 days. So Wednesday we had a beach party. Thursday, I'm a member of two fraternities at my pharmacy school. And the first one, I didn't even know it was a fraternity. And the second one, I didn't know it was fraternity till someone told me. My undergraduate did not have fraternities. So I'm completely ignorant of what fraternities are and how fraternities work. Um, I do know, for example, in pharmacy, there's a number of fraternities. There's not just the two that are at my school. My school doesn't like fraternities. So the ones that we have, the only one we had for years was just called Rho Chi. If you know your Greek letters, Rho looks like a P, and then Chi is an X. But even though it looks like a P, Rho is an R. So Rho Chi is RX, basically, and that's the joke. Anyway, Rho Chi is the Pharmacy Honor Society. It's actually a fraternity, but it's based entirely around academic performance. To be eligible to join Rho Chi, you have to rank in the. Now, I don't know if it's exactly the same everywhere, or because my school's 3 years, we have a slightly different setup. But anyway, to join Rho Chi, you have to be in the top 15% of your class at the end of the first year. And then the next year, if you're in the next 5%, you can join. So by the time everybody joins Rho Chi, it's the top 20% of the class. Um, so that I always thought that was when they said it was an honor society. I thought it was just an honor society. If you get a good enough grade, then pharmacy lets you join Rho Chi. Then I find out it's actually a fraternity, but that's the kind of fraternity it is. It's an honors and academic fraternity. Um, then, just this year, my school started up a chapter of another fraternity called Phi Lambda Sigma. And Phi Lambda Sigma is a pharmacy leadership fraternity. Now, I think, again, it's called the Pharmacy Leadership Society. So I didn't know it was a fraternity, and I kept wondering when I was meeting these Phi Lambda Sigma guys at conferences, why doesn't my school have that? Because we have a couple student leaders who are really, really involved and really good, and they should definitely be a part of that. I thought it was like Rho Chi. It was some sort of society that recognized your efforts rather than like a fraternity that you had to join. Well, the 2013s, the class behind me, they started up a Phi Lambda Sigma chapter, and we in the 2012s were able to apply and become members, like founding members of the chapter at our school. And I joined, and I became one of them. And because this is the first time that the 2013s and 2012s were going to be on campus since the founding of our Phi Lambda Sigma chapter, the president was going to have a dinner. So Thursday night we went to Texas Roadhouse, and since this was the only event that they had, we spent our entire budget on the dinner. Just order whatever you want. That's what you get. So that was kind of nice. And then Friday, of course, we spend all day doing Naplex review. And then I stopped by the old store, my pharmacy that I worked in when I was here at pharmacy school, and talked to my old manager and the technicians, and let them know what I was doing and how I was doing. Then we went to, then Friday night, last night was the party. The party. A couple of our students lived over in this one house, and they held the parties, which was awesome. They've done a couple of them, and a lot of people show up. Once again, about the same 30 or 40 people that show up everywhere else. But there's always tons of food, and the guy who owns the house and his wife works for the medical group that's associated with my school. The guy himself is a professional gamer. He plays video games for a living, and he does a pretty good job of it too. But so when you go to his house, of course, there's all kinds of awesome electronics. There's video games. There's an entire like little movie theater in the basement. It's enclosed. It's its own separate room. It's when you go in order to get into the room, you have to climb over a couch. They have a big L-shaped couch, and it completely blocks the entrance. So once you get in, it's like you're in there. And he's got a projector to show the game on the wall, and we play Rock Band and all kinds of fun stuff. It's an awesome place to go. Unfortunately, they're moving because his wife got into a school. She's going to learn to be, I think, an acupuncturist, but they're going to move over towards the school so she can get her acupuncturist degree and then get a job in acupuncture. Anyway, that party was awesome. I was there from like 6 o'clock at night till 1 o'clock in the morning. Fun stuff. Just woke up a little bit ago. Finally watched The Legend of Korra, which is so, I don't know. I've only ever seen one episode, and that was today's, which was episode 8. It's not as colorful as the first one. Everything is all gray and washed out, and a lot of the episode took place kind of at night, so there's shadows all over the place. I want something happy and colorful and vibrant. I also saw the last 5 minutes of an episode of the new Thundercats, and I've never seen the new Thundercats yet. I loved the last 5 minutes; worked very well. Also, not quite as colorful, but definitely more colorful than Korra was. Today, as soon as I finish recording this, I'm gonna go to lunch, and then Rear Admiral Scott Gibson, the what is he? He's the chief pharmacist and assistant to the Surgeon General of the United States, and he wrote a paper, and I might have mentioned this in a video, maybe, maybe not, because it came out while I was in New Mexico, and I didn't, get to make a lot of videos then. He had wrote a paper to the Surgeon General. It's one of the chief pharmacist's duties. He writes reports um, outlining what pharmacists are doing. And you know what? I think I did mention this in just the last video. He wrote that report, said, pharmacists are already doing this. Let's recognize them for it. Well, today's his speech. We're going to go there. Um, I'll do this. My school has there's like 400 pharmacy students between the three classes, and one class is still in class right now. They have classes. Well, I don't mean like right now today. They have classes all through this summer. The other class is on rotations, their IPPE rotations, and of course my class is here for graduation week. So almost all of us are in the area. There's 400 students, there's like 50 members of the pharmacy faculty. They had 66 people RSVP for this speech. Our dean sent out an email, it was either last night or this morning, saying that is despicable that you have the chief pharmacist of the United States, who wrote arguably one of the most important reports for the practice of pharmacy in the last 20 years, and there's 66 out of 450 people are coming to listen to him. When are you ever going to have this kind of opportunity again? I completely agree, and I can see where my class maybe people have their family coming in and they're visiting because it's the day right before graduation. And so I can kind of understand not wanting to spend that, heading over to listen to some speech, especially dragging your family there. But the speech is like an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. And, so it's not like a big chunk out of your day. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna go get lunch, and then I'm gonna head over there. After that, I'm gonna go visit my old gaming group in Erie, and we are going to play. We're gonna play some board games and card games, but I'm gonna run one or two combats using the new fifth edition D&D Next playtest rules, so we can see how that works out, and I can submit some feedback. Because I'm kind of thinking Wizards of the Coast is going to release the newer playtest stuff. They might favor releasing it to people who submit feedback using their official survey feedback form. So I want to make sure I get in on that. And then when I get back to Arizona next week, I'm hoping to run a little bit more of the adventure with my gaming group in Arizona. The only difference is I think there's only going to be like 2 or 3 guys here in Erie, and we're only going to be able to meet for a couple hours, whereas in Arizona, there's going to be like 8 of us, and we're going to meet for like 8 hours, so allows a little bit more stuff. All right, well, I got to get going, so until next time, bye bye.